जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन जन रंजन मुनातीरवनचारी मुनातीरवनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय श्री श्री राधा माधव की जय, श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद। So today we are reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela chapter 8 verse number 9. Ramchandra Puri criticizes the Lord. माँ प्रभु कैल तारे दंडवत नति आलिंगन करी ते हो कैल कृष्ण स्मृति। Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also offered obeisances unto Ramchandra Puri, who then embraced him and thus remembered Krishna. Purport. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu offered obeisances to Ramchandra Puri in consideration of his being a disciple of Srila Madhvendra Puri, the spiritual master of his own spiritual master, Ishwar Puri. When a Vaishnava sannyasi meets another Vaishnava sannyasi, they both remember Krishna. Even Mayavadi sannyasis generally remember Narayan, who is also Krishna, by saying Om Namo Bhagavate Narayanaya or Namo Narayanaya. Thus, it is the duty of a sannyasi to remember Krishna. According to Smriti Shastra, a sannyasi does not offer obeisances or blessings to anyone. It is said sannyasi nirashir nirnamaskriyah. A sannyasi should not offer anyone blessings or obeisances. Om agyantimirandasya jnananjana shalakaya chakshu unmilitam yena tasmai shri gurave nama. Nama om vishnu padaya krishna prasthaya bhutale श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So we are reading from Sri Chaitanya Chaitamrita Antya Leela chapter 9, chapter 8, verse 9. Translation. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also offered obeisances unto Ramchandra Puri, who then embraced him and thus remembered Krishna. Hare Krishna. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was staying in Jagannath Puri with his associates, one sannyasi, Sri Ramchandra Puri, he arrived in Jagannath Puri. Sri Ramchandra Puri is disciple of Madhvendra Puri. Madhvendra Puri is spiritual master of Ishwar Puri. Ishwar Puri is spiritual master of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So it is an etiquette that a god brother of the spiritual master should be respected as the spiritual master. Just like brother of father should be respected fatherly. So Paramanand Puri, another disciple of Madhvendra Puri, was staying in Jagannath Puri as a sannyasi associating with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So when Ramchandra Puri came to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Paramanand Puri, he offered obeisances to Ramchandra Puri. And Ramchandra Puri also offered obeisances to Paramanand Puri. And then they both strongly embraced each other. This is etiquette among Vaishnavas. Then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Supreme Personality of Godhead himself, he also offered obeisances to Ramchandra Puri because he is god brother of his own spiritual master Ishwar Puri. And the god brother of spiritual master should be respected equal to the spiritual master. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is teaching us that when we meet our seniors and of course our spiritual master or those who are on the level of spiritual master, we should offer respects by paying obeisances, by touching our head on the ground. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu offered obeisances to Ramchandra Puri, and Ramchandra Puri affectionately embraced Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then they all sat together and started discussing about Krishna. This is another behavior of Vaishnavas. When they meet, they talk about Krishna. Bodhyanta parasparam. When two devotees meet, they should talk about Krishna so that there is Krishna consciousness, so that we get elevated in Krishna consciousness by associating with other devotees. Not that two devotees meet and they talk about Corona. Then it will be Corona consciousness. International Society for Corona Consciousness. We don't want that. We want to become Krishna conscious. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur used to say, there is sufficient in this world of everything. There is only one missing item, and that missing item is Krishna consciousness. Everything else is there enough in this world. So when two devotees meet, they talk about Krishna. And when they talk about Krishna, they enliven each other. They become joyful, they become happy, and they develop more better, friendly, affectionate, loving relationship among each other when they talk about Krishna. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Paramanand Puri, Ramchandra Puri were sitting and talking about Krishna. At that time, another associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Jagdanand Pandit, he came there. And he also offered obeisances to everybody, including Ramchandra Puri. And since that day only Ramchandra Puri had arrived in Jagannath Puri, so Jagdanand Pandit humbly requested Ramchandra Puri please, I invite you, please come at my residence, at my ashram, and have your prasad. So Ramchandra Puri agreed, and he went to Jagdanand Pandit's residence to have prasad. This is another thing we should learn, that happily we should invite sannyasis and sadhus in our house to have prasad. So then Jagdanand Pandit washed his hands and feet and he sat down. Ramchandra Puri washed his hands and feet and sat down, and Jagdanand Pandit offered him prasad. He served him nice prasad and he fed him very sumptuously, very nicely. Then after he was done, Ramchandra Puri told Jagdanand Pandit, why don't you also honor prasad? I will serve you. And he insisted. So Jagdanand Pandit sat and Ramchandra Puri started serving prasad. At one time Jagdanand Pandit felt, it's okay, I can't have more, I am done. But Ramchandra Puri insisted, no, you should eat more Mahaprasad. Ramchandra Puri is senior sannyasi. Jagdanand Pandit said, okay, I'll eat little more. So he served him more. So Jagdanand Pandit little overate. So Ramchandra Puri said, oh, so I have more. And he actually gave him more and gave him sweets and rice and vegetables, and Jagdanand Pandit did overeating that day because Ramchandra Puri was lovingly insisting. So Jagdanand Pandit washed his hands. Then they were sitting and talking. Ramchandra Puri said, what kind of devotee you are? You are eating so much prasad. That is not good for a devotee. A devotee should control his senses, especially the tongue. Just for the taste of tongue, when we overeat, when we eat more, our senses are uncontrolled. How can we remember Krishna? We should know that when we don't control our senses, we don't remember Krishna. So in this way, Ramchandra Puri criticized Jagdanand Pandit. Jagdanand Pandit. And this was habit of Ramchandra Puri. He was so envious of devotees, he was so envious of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that he would go to somebody's house, induce them to eat more than regular, and then criticize them. He was so envious. Even though he was a disciple of Madhavendra Puri, but he developed this situation, this heart, this anartha of envy. He was in heart not a Vaishnava devotee, he was a Jnani. He was a dry speculator. And there is a reason for this. When Madhavendra Puri was on his deathbed, he was on his bed, not deathbed, he was on his bed because of disease. And after a few days he died, he disappeared. So he was on his bed, about to die in few days. So he was crying in pain, not bodily pain, pain because of separation from Krishna. And he is having so much Krishna prem, but he was so humble. There is a relationship between Krishna prem and humility. What is that relationship? You will be surprised to know the answer. Krishna prem is equal to humility. There is no difference. When a devotee develops Krishna prem, he becomes humble. And when a devotee is humble, then only he can develop Krishna prem. So Madhavendra Puri was so humble, and in pain and in separation he was crying that I wasted my life. I am so fallen person. I did not serve Krishna. I did not achieve the Lord of my heart. I did not achieve Sri Vrindavan Dham, and I missed this human form of life. Madhavendra Puri was crying. So that time his disciple Ramchandra Puri came there. Now Ramchandra Puri had bad association with Mayavadis, so he developed some impersonal tendencies. When he saw his spiritual master crying on the bed, he quoted a verse, Brahma Bhuta Prasanna Atma na sochati na kanchati. From Bhagavad Gita, he said, my dear spiritual master, why are you crying? One who has tasted Brahm, one who is on the transcendental platform, he doesn't cry, na sochati, na kanchati, he doesn't hanker for anything, he doesn't lament for anything. So just think of Brahman, just think of Brahm, just think of Brahma Jyoti and don't cry. Here is a great Vaishnava, Madhavendra Puri, who is crying out of his humility and out of feeling separation from Krishna. That is the greatest stage of Mahabhav. And here there is a foolish scholar who thinks himself great and he is instructing his own spiritual master about Mayavad, about Brahmavad, telling his own spiritual master to think of Brahm. A disciple should never instruct a spiritual master. A junior should never instruct a senior. That's not Vaishnava etiquette. So when he tried to tell Madhavendra Puri to think of Brahm, Madhavendra Puri got very upset. He said, you rascal, badamash, here I am dying and I am feeling separation from Krishna and you are increasing my unhappiness by telling me to think of Brahm. If I die seeing your face, I will never attain Krishna. So you get out of here. I reject you. And you are a rascal. Rascal, what is the meaning of the word rascal? Means one who doesn't obey his authority. And he told Madhavendra told Ramchandra Puri to get out. At the same time, there was another disciple of Madhavendra Puri, Ishwar Puri. He served his spiritual master very nicely. With his own hands, he would clean the stool and urine of Madhavendra Puri and give him bath and everything on the bed. So when he served his spiritual master so nicely, Madhavendra Puri became very pleased and he embraced his disciple Ishwar Puri and blessed him that he will develop Krishna Prem. And Ishwar Puri became a pure soul, pure devotee having Krishna Prem, so much so that he became the spiritual master of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we see Madhavendra Puri has taught the whole world that there are two types of situations when one associates with a pure devotee. When we please a pure devotee like Ishwar Puri, when we serve the pure devotee, we develop Krishna Prem. And when we offend a pure devotee like Ramchandra Puri did, then we develop material desires, we develop enviousness, we criticize other Vaishnavas, we become dry speculators, and we don't advance in bhakti. So there are two examples of how when a great person accepts you, you develop Krishna Prem, and when he rejects you, na gati kutopi, then you have no progress in spiritual life. So Ramchandra Puri was in such a state of mind that he developed enviousness for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He developed enviousness for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He was criticizing the Vaishnavas and he was dry speculator. He was more absorbed in thinking of Brahm and not having Krishna Prem. But still Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, whenever he met Ramchandra Puri, he would offer his obeisances, offer his respects and speak to him nicely. Ramchandra Puri would very carefully keep a note of all the associates and devotees of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how much they are eating, how much they are sleeping, everything. And would very carefully take a note of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lifestyle, that how much Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is eating, how many times he is going to bathroom, how many hours he is sleeping, and he wanted to find a fault. That was his idea. And all the devotees came to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and complained about Ramchandra Puri that he is inducing devotees to eat. He just goes to somebody's house uninvited. And then because he comes in the house, devotees feed him. And then he starts feeding the devotees. And then he makes them overeat. And then he criticizes them. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard all these complaints, but he never spoke to Ramchandra Puri out of respect. And whenever Ramchandra Puri would come to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would offer him obeisances, offer him a raised seat and speak to him politely. Even though he was finding fault in all the devotees and even though he was trying to find fault in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but still he would come and meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu every day. That was his routine. And he would whole day watch how I can find a fault in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a strict sannyasi, so Ramchandra Puri couldn't find a fault. So one day, Ramchandra Puri came early morning to the room of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And outside the room, he saw ants. Now, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to stay in Gambhira. That's not a very well constructed cement room. Outside there is lots of mud. So, ants will be always there. That's not a big deal. You go anywhere, ants are here, there, everywhere. But Ramchandra Puri saw ants. And he started imagining faults in the character of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He said, look, there are ants here. That means there must be sweets here. Because if there are no sweets, why ants will come? That means this sannyasi at night, privately, he eats sweets. He is fond of sweets. He is a pretender. He is not a real sannyasi. In the daytime, he chants and dances and performs austerities. But night when nobody is there, he is hidden some sweets and he is eating sweets. And in that way, Ramchandra Puri started criticizing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was present there. On his face he told that you are not a real sannyasi, you are a pretender. In the daytime you think about controlling your senses and you exhibit that kind of character, but in the night time when nobody is here, hidden in dark room, you are eating sweets. So all the devotees felt very bad. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard this, he didn't reply anything. He paid his obeisances to Ramchandra Puri and folded his hands and he said, thank you very much. I am an ignorant fool and you are like my spiritual master and you are teaching me how I can progress in spiritual life. I am very grateful to you. See Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's humility. Generally, if somebody accuses us or blames us of something which we have not done, we will be so upset. In fact, if somebody blames us of something which we have done, still people speak lies and defend themselves that, oh, it's because of that person or because of circumstances. Here there is a false accusation against Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But he humbly accepted it. So after Ramchandra Puri left, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu called his servant Govind and said, from today whatever prasad is supplied to me, make it half. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would sometimes be invited by a Brahmana and the Brahmana will cook in his house and feed Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And sometimes somebody will invite, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would not prefer to go in his house and eat. So that person would purchase Jagannath Mahaprasad and supply to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So there were two kinds of invitation. One in the house where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would happily eat. So they will cook and give to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Another where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would not like to eat, so they will purchase Jagannath Mahaprasad and give to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And whatever amount, whatever quantity of prasad they will purchase, it will be divided among Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Govind and Kashi Ishwar. So 3 devotees would eat prasad and it was fixed rate of 320 kaudis, 320 kaudis, 4 panas. They will take rice, vegetables, etc. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Govind, from today anybody wants to offer me prasad, supply me prasad, he should purchase only for me only half, 160 kaudis, little bit rice and little bit vegetables. That much I will take. That much we should take. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made half, his diet half, his prasad half. So that day one Brahmana came and he wanted to invite Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Govind took only 160 kaudis of prasad. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu divided that into 3 and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ate little, Govind ate little and Kashi Ishwar ate little. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's stomach was half from every day's quota, half full. Govind also ate half. Every day they were eating only half diet. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Govind, look, this is what going to happen now. If you are still more hungry, Kashi Ishwar, if you are still more hungry, you manage yourselves. So another time one devotee invited Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to his house. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went there and ate only half. And that devotee was surprised and he started crying that Mahaprabhu is eating only half. And in that way all the devotees came to know and they were unhappy. And all the devotees reduced their diet. Everybody was eating half prasad. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was not wrong. But still he did that. He took this austerity to please Ramchandra Puri. So Ramchandra Puri came to know. So he went to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he said, I have heard that you have reduced your quantity of food, prasad. You are eating half and all your devotees are following this. Let me tell you, this is not renunciation. See, he is criticizing even now. Let me tell you, you have become very skinny and you are artificially controlling your eating and you are artificially controlling your senses. Krishna told Arjuna, one cannot become a yogi if one eats too much, if one eats little. If one sleeps too much, if one sleeps little. If someone works too much or if someone works less. Or if someone recreates too much or recreates less, relax less. Yogi means yukta viharascha, yukta. Should be all balanced. Don't eat more, don't eat less. Don't sleep more, don't sleep less. Whatever required for the body we should do. We should have a balanced lifestyle. 6 hours of sleep and 2 hours of eating and bathing. And rest whole day we are chanting Hare Krishna, serving Krishna and doing our work and reading books. So we should have a balanced lifestyle. So when we do that, then our health is okay, our mind is peaceful and we are advancing in spiritual life. If somebody eats too much, then he will sleep too much and then he can't practice bhakti. If somebody eats too less, then his body will become so weak that he can't practice bhakti. So it has to be balanced. We have to work according to our body. We can't be artificial. Just because Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami were hardly eating and sleeping, or sometimes sleeping only 1 or 2 hours, that doesn't mean I hear this and start following it. That will not work. We can't be artificial. We have to follow the rules and regulations on our stage. And the most important is we should make sure we are chanting 16 rounds, minimum 16 rounds, attentively. So for that, if you have to eat nicely, you eat nicely. For that, if you have to fast, you fast. Whatever. You sleep, don't sleep. You eat, don't eat. Whatever. Our chanting should be very nice. If by eating more, you can chant more, you eat more because you are tired. If by eating less, you chant more, you eat less. If by sleeping more because your body requires, you can chant nicely in the morning. You sleep early and get up early morning, Brahma Murta, and chant. And if by sleeping less, you can chant more, you sleep less, whatever it is. Balanced life. So Ramchandra Puri again started criticizing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that you are becoming very skinny and pretending to be sense control. You don't do that. You eat well. So when he is eating well, he is criticizing that you are overeating, and when he is eating less, he is criticizing that you are making a show. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu folded his hand. He said, thank you very much. I am an ignorant fool and you are advising me for my spiritual advancement. And all the devotees were very upset. They thought Ramchandra Puri is a big burden in our community. But they couldn't speak anything to Ramchandra Puri because he is a senior sannyasi. So they all, Sarvam Bhattacharya, Ramanand Rai, Swarup Damodar, Paramanand Puri, they all went to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Paramanand Puri is senior. He is senior to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is also godbrother of Ramchandra Puri, Ishwar Puri. He is also disciple of Madhavendra Puri. So Paramanand Puri spoke to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He said, my dear Lord, please don't take the words of Ramchandra Puri seriously. He has a bad mentality of finding faults, of being envious and criticizing Ninda. This is actually not good. We should know as devotees. We should never be envious to other devotees. We should never criticize. We should never try to find faults, but we should be very humble and respectful to all devotees. So this Ramchandra Puri has a bad habit. He makes devotees overeat and then he criticizes them for overeating. He himself feeds them and then he criticizes them. He is not a proper role model for devotees. He is creating disturbance among devotee community. Actually, in Srimad Bhagavatam, it is mentioned in 11th canto that the living entities and the material nature, they come together in the universe and the universe is maintained. Whatever happens, it is neither good nor bad. So a sannyasi who is a transcendentalist, who is above the three modes, he should neither praise what is happening in the universe nor despise what is happening in the universe. Neither he should see it good, neither he should see it bad. Neither he should glorify it, neither he should criticize it. So, but Ramchandra Puri, he is having a different idea of this shloka. He doesn't praises the devotees at all. That's fine. But he heavily criticizes the devotees. He heavily finds fault in his devotees. In a community where there is a senior devotee, it is necessary that senior devotee corrects others, because juniors don't correct seniors. Seniors correct juniors. So we should have senior devotees association in our life so that we get corrected. If I do a mistake and there is nobody to correct me, then I will do that mistake again next day. Then I'll do that mistake third time. Every day I'll do that same mistake, then it will become my habit. And for months and years, if I cultivate that habit, it will become a strong habit, bad habit, and after that to correct is very, very difficult. And after that, nobody will correct me. Why? Because after a few years, I'll become a senior devotee in the society and nobody corrects a senior devotee. So we should have association of pure senior devotees who will correct us whenever required, and we should be happy about it. So if there is a community where there are senior devotees who are loving, who are affectionate and who have authority and without envy, with a right attitude, they correct us, we get benefit. Ramchandra Puri is a senior devotee, but what he is doing out of enviousness, he is criticizing devotees, he is finding imaginary faults in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has stopped eating well, and devotees have stopped eating well, they are unhappy. So that is not good. So my dear Lord, you please don't take Ramchandra Puri seriously. You please eat properly, otherwise devotees are feeling very unhappy. They are disturbed. They can't speak anything to Ramchandra Puri, so we are approaching you. What did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied? He didn't say, yeah, you are correct, Ramchandra Puri is envious, I don't like him. No, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very humbly said, Ramchandra Puri is my senior, like my spiritual master, and he is a very respectable sannyasi, and whatever he is speaking is correct. He has taught me that I should control my tongue, I should control my senses, I should control my eating, because if I don't control my senses, I can't remember Krishna. So you please don't find fault in Ramchandra Puri. He is correct, he has helped me. I will continue what I am doing. And even though devotees were not happy, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued eating half. There were some devotees like Swarup Damodar and Sarvam Bhattacharya, especially Sarvam Bhattacharya. He would invite Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and make him eat very nicely, forcibly. But other devotees couldn't do that. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was eating half and whole society of devotees were disturbed. And this was going on. And one day Ramchandra Puri, who had just suddenly come to Jagannath Puri, who is staying for some days, he suddenly left. He no longer was interested to stay in Jagannath Puri, he left. And everybody said, so nice. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu again started eating well. Now the total amount for his supply of prasad was again 320 kodis, and he would eat rice and vegetables and sweets, and devotees happily started inviting him, and everything became normal. So we see here, it seems to be very simple activity or event or pastime, but actually it's very deep, because there are lots of learning here. That how in our life we may get a situation where we are accused, where we are insulted, where we are criticized, but even though the blame is not on us, we have not done anything, how should we respond to this? And we should learn, we respond like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who was humble, who was polite, who was forgiving. And we also learn so many other things, that Ramchandra Puri didn't serve his spiritual master and he didn't receive Krishna Prem. Okay, I wanted to tell so many learnings here, but I am thinking not to tell. What I am thinking is to give all of devotees homework. The homework is the whole pastime you heard, or if you are not heard the full thing, you came in between, you hear it again. And then in the comment section, after the live session is over, in the comment section, you write lesson learned. Like I gave one example, lesson learned. Even though Ramchandra Puri criticized Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu still respected him. So lesson learned is we should be tolerant, we should be forgiving, we should be respectful. So you please hear this pastime again if you need, if you have not heard full. And in the comment section write one lesson learned. And in that way there will be so many devotees commenting with so many lessons, and we will all get further learnings. So please do that, that's homework. Thank you very much. We will end here. If there are any questions, you may write in the comment section. I will read the question and reply verbally. Thank you. Sri Chaitanya Chaitamrita ki jai. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Okay, we'll end here. If there are any questions, you can put it in the comment section. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.